Hey everybody, it's Jennifer, and I am sorry I'm running a few minutes late, but I am here and I am excited uh, today to share with you some fantastic information. We're going to be talking about how to escape from the matrix and literally create the life that you want, creating a life of your own design. And for any of you that may have been following me for any period of time online, you know that I am very, very big on purpose. I recognize that each and every one of us has a purpose on the planet, and I truly deep down believe that each and every one of us should be focused on the business of doing exactly what we came here to do. Unfortunately, most of us become distracted with the daily living that we have to, that we've been trained that we have to do, surviving in our society. And because of that, we tend to lose the spark and lose our vision and lose, really the whole purpose of why we even came here to the planet, just in the process of making a living and paying bills. And, that's unfortunately how the majority of people are living, but it doesn't have to be that way. And so what I'm going to be talking about tonight is what exactly do I mean by, how to escape the matrix? What am I saying when I say something like that? What are you talking about, the Matrix? Like the movie The Matrix? Yes, I'm talking about the movie The Matrix. But what a lot of people don't realize is that that movie is literally much deeper than you may think. It's deeper than just a movie. There is a lot of messages, and you probably really need to watch that movie at least about 10 times before you can start to just really, 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 really capture some of the messages that are embedded in the movie. But we'll get back to that. What I want to do right now is just share a little bit about my story, who I am, what I'm all about. If you don't know anything about me, just sharing who I am. Again, my name is Jennifer Carroll, and I am a marketer. I'm an online marketer. But basically, I do a lot of things. There's a lot of things that would fall under the umbrella of what I do. But in essence, what I do is I help people to get clear on their purpose and live their passions, what they are being called to do. And I do that through a variety of means. One of them is online marketing, showing people how to start a business online and create passive income. I also do marketing consulting, working with entrepreneurs so that they can brand themselves and position themselves so that they can grow their business, grow their brand, whatever they are looking to build. And I also work with people who have credit issues, who may have had some challenges in the past and are looking to restore their credit, because I know all of these things work together. If you can get your financial picture in order, it makes it so much easier for you to then be able to invest and do what you need to do in order to become financially free. And when I talk about escaping the matrix, I'm not talking about going to necessarily go live on a mountain somewhere in the desert, or, well, I guess there's not really mountains in the desert, but you know what I'm saying. Go live on a mountain somewhere in a cabin and, go to the stream for water and all that good stuff. I mean, if that's what you choose to do and you want to do, you can totally do that. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's a fantastic existence for a lot of people. However, if you're somebody that, you like luxury, you like nice things, you like traveling, you like a large plush home or whatever the case may be, you can achieve that. The whole process is all about becoming clear about what you want and taking the steps that are necessary to get there. Most people don't believe that they can have what they want, and so as a result, they never have what they want. So that's kind of like a little mini vision about sort of what I do at this moment. But let me tell you a little bit about my own personal story and background. I actually am from Los Angeles, California. I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia, but my background is in real estate and mortgages. I was actually a real estate agent and a mortgage broker for almost 8 years. And during the course of that time, I was extremely focused on making money. That was my sole goal and focus. And so I spent all of my time working an average of 10 to 12 hours a day in order to make, a large income, a large six-figure income. And so I thought that I had made it. I thought that I had really achieved the American dream because I had, all the toys that, we're told that, means that you've made it in life. But what usually is the case more often than not is that the more money that people make, the more money they spend. And in my situation, that's exactly what happened. So even though I was making a very nice six-figure income, it wasn't, I bought a lot of stuff and I went into a lot of debt. And as a result, when the market crashed and my income came crashing down with it, because lenders were no longer lending on homes or anything of that sort, I lost all of my stuff, all the things that I had built an identity around, my condos, my car, my stuff, all the items that we buy because we really feel like, this will show that we have made it in some form or fashion. And in that process, when I had to let a lot of those material things go, I started really having to examine myself and figure out, what my identity was. Because so many of us put our identities and we define ourselves and who we are based on the stuff that we have. Not only, the car, the home, but also, our social circles. Our social circles a lot of times are based on our economic status. So once you are not making a certain amount of money, you really find out who your true friends are. It's a very interesting phenomenon. I'd heard about this whole process before, and I experienced it up close and personal myself. You have a lot of people that are down with you when you're doing good and you got a lot of money and cash going through, but when, stuff hits the fan, a lot of people disappear. So during that time, I started trying to figure out, what am I being called to do? Because I knew, having, worked for myself for, at that point, almost 8 years, it would be very challenging for me to go work a traditional 9-to-5 job and trade my time for dollars and have somebody define for me how much I was going to make and what time I had to be there and what time I had to leave and all that stuff. And while I worked 10, 12-hour days, at least it was on my own, my own agenda. I had the flexibility. If I really needed to leave, I could leave and do what the heck I wanted to do. But I knew that, a traditional 9-to-5 wasn't really what I was built for. But then at the same time, it was a situation where, of course, I need to pay bills. I need to take care of myself. There's a lot of things that need to be done. And when you have a resume that is full of, being in a certain industry for a long period of time, it even becomes, really challenging to go and reinvent yourself into another industry. So as things would have it, I had a dear friend of mine, whose mother invited me over to her home one night. She's like, "Oh, I'm having a couple people over. Why don't you come by?" So I come by, and it turns out that it is a network marketing meeting. And it was just hilarious because number one, she didn't tell me it was going to be a network marketing meeting. And number two, it was literally just me at the meeting besides her and the other individual that was presenting. So in any event, I sat there and I listened to the presentation and absorbed everything he was saying. And, you know, I had always had such a bad taste in my mouth about network marketing because of experiences that I had with, you know, friends and family, you know, basically like, hey, this is the best XYZ, you need to get involved, you're going to make a ton of money and blah, blah, blah. So I knew I didn't want to be that person. But the more that I listened to the model and the leverage that it created in terms of having passive income, the more I realized that it really made a lot of sense. You know, looking back at all the money that I made over the course of my real estate career, I realized that if I had been in a business model that was going to, you know, I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work for a long period of time. But at the end of the day, I still had to trade my time for dollars. And it's just like Robert Kiyosaki talks about in his book, The Cash Flow Quadrant. You have your employees, you have your small business owners, you have your business owners, and you have your investors. So a person will want to get from that small business owner category to the business owner category all the way over to the investment category because that provides the passive income, which is the ultimate leverage. When you start to have passive income, that means that you don't have to get up and go to work if you don't feel like getting up and going to work. That means you don't have to you know, do anything that you don't want to do. Your time becomes your own. And regardless of whether you're asleep or whether you're jogging or whether you're working out or whether you're traveling, you're still getting a check each and every month. So, like I said, it made sense to me. I got excited about it, got involved, and I did what so many people within the industry do. You know, they tell you, make a list of your friends and family and just start calling them and, you know, introducing them to the opportunity. So that's what I did. I followed the instructions and I'm calling my friends and I'm so excited. And, you know, I'm calling, you know, telling them to come by my house and, you know, we're going to have, you know, have a presentation and all this stuff. And you know what happened? Oh, sure, we'll come. And the day of, you know, people don't show up. Majority of people don't show up. You know, all that stuff. I got into a situation where I'm calling friends. They're not calling me back because I'm trying to talk to them and pitch them on a business. And what's funny about human nature is that everyone loves to buy, but they don't like to be sold. And what most people do when they are just making the transition from employee to an entrepreneur is that they still have employee mentality. So that means that they kind of look at everything in terms of, you know, this is outside of my comfort zone. This is not what I've done. They have all this negative self-talk about their capability and their ability to do what it takes to be successful within, you know, their entrepreneurship, the business that they're starting. But they, you know, basically when you're an employee and you're taking that leap into self-employment, especially within the network marketing industry, you pretty much focus on doing exactly what you're coached to do. And for the most part, you know, you're coached to make your friends and family lists, call them up, and they're just going to be excited. The more people you call, the more better chance you have of getting signups. Now, it's true. There are people that are going to sign up with you and going to get excited about the opportunity. But more often than not, what's going to happen is that you're going to get rejected along that process. And for most people, especially people that are an employee, have never done anything entrepreneurship wise, being rejected is something they do not want to experience. So what happens? The majority of people quit, get out of it, within 3 months. Oh, that stuff doesn't work. Oh, it's, that it's a scam, it's a pyramid, all these different things that people say because they basically didn't develop the skill set that it takes in order to have success. It's not that the model doesn't work. It's that they didn't understand what it took in order to be successful, and they were not properly trained, which is a rampant epidemic within the home-based business industry. So in any event, after I burned through my friends and family, I decided that, you know what, I'm going to start researching online, learning more about the internet, figuring out how I can start to generate leads for my network marketing business online. And so the more I got into the online space, the more excited I got, because I realized that not only could I promote and market the business opportunity that I was involved with at the time, I could also make money based on, promoting different things that I am interested in and that I am passionate about. And so I learned this whole new space called the internet, and just fell down the rabbit hole completely. I've got to tell you that I'm sure, I'm very positive that in a period of the past 5.5 years, I've easily spent $10,000+ on trainings, courses, classes, anything under the sun that you can name, in order to understand and learn internet marketing and to start trying to make money online. But what I learned in that process is that, you can learn so much of all the technical, how to put up a capture page and how to code your autoresponder and how to write email copy and how to, do Facebook ads and do YouTube videos. And you can learn all of these things, all these technical things. But if you don't understand the success mindset that it takes in order to actually have success as an entrepreneur, or even as an individual that is determining their own life, then you're not going to have success. So that was a process that I had to learn through. And that's a little bit about how I got involved in the online marketing space. I will say this. The past few years, going through that process, losing so many things, I actually had a home here in Atlanta, so I ended up moving to Atlanta. I actually, at the time when I was doing real estate and mortgages, was helping out my mom, supplementing her income, because she had actually worked for a huge HMO company and a insurance company for almost, I think 27 years, something along those lines. She was in middle management, in accounting, and the company merged with another company. And in that process, they decided to cut out middle management from one of the companies, and it just happened to be her particular company. So she became this line item. So the woman who had literally dedicated her days and time and energy to this company, literally almost 30 years of her life to this company, basically said, you know what, we don't need your services anymore. They gave her a decent sized severance, which was about 1.5 years worth of her salary. And then it was like, bye-bye. So coming out of that type of layoff situation, and then still being reasonably young. I think she was in her mid to late 50s at that point. She had literally had only two jobs in her life. She came from a generation where companies had loyalty to their employees. The employees were loyal to the company. You stay with your company until you retire, and that was pretty much the generation that she was raised in. So you can imagine coming out of that, being in a particular company or industry for like 27 years, pretty much dang near the majority of your adult life, and then being told, you got to go, bye-bye. I think it was challenging for her emotionally, trying to figure out, what do I do now? And because of the luxury of having some type of severance, she was able to take some time and figure it out. Eventually, it got to a place where I was helping her to supplement her income because, the money that she had saved and all that stuff wasn't sufficient for her mortgage and her expenses. But the whole point of what I'm saying to you is this. She literally worked her whole life thinking that, she was doing the right thing. She was going to work, being a reliable employee, getting a paycheck. And then eventually they decided they didn't need her anymore. And she was left kind of high and dry. My question to you is this: what would you do if that situation happened to you? And it's not a very uncommon thing at this point in our, at this point. This is a very common occurrence for a lot of people. I was actually just talking to a friend of mine earlier today about his experience going to a McDonald's here in Georgia and actually in seeing touch screens where they've actually gotten rid of some of the people at the counter so they can, bring up the orders with these touch screens and just have the people in the back that are making the food bring them out. Another way to cut back on jobs. Similarly, I was at the grocery store earlier today, and there was like 2 aisles that were open with a cashier. The grocery store was completely packed with a whole gang of people all lined up in the aisles, and the self-checkout line was popping. And they were kept directing us to self-checkout, self-checkout, self-checkout. Why are they doing that? Because they are getting rid of jobs. And it's not just low-level paying jobs. We're talking, white-collar positions as well. This is a phenomenon that is happening. So back to me assisting my mom, I ended up getting to a place where I couldn't personally, sustain, helping her out financially and maintaining my home here. So I told her that she had to move to Atlanta. So she moved against her will. She really didn't want to move. But I think about that whole dynamic when your life decisions become a function of what you have to do because of your finances in comparison to what you want to do. That's just a very terrible place to be. Unfortunately, after she moved to Atlanta, I think, when did she move? In 2008. Actually, in 2012, 4 years later, she was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. And it was at that time that a huge shift took place. It was like the light bulb went off in her, and fear disappeared. A lot of times we keep ourselves stuck in a certain place because We think that's what we're supposed to do. We think that's what, is expected of us. But when tragedy hits, we can either release that fear and face the challenge head on, or we shrink and, disintegrate into oblivion. And so with this situation, she chose to live, which means that she really, really, really made a shift in her energy. She made a shift in her consciousness and started living, which is really what this life is about. It's about living your purpose. It's about giving back. It's about being more than, just trading your time for dollars and paying bills. So I'm saying all this, I'm saying a whole lot, but I'm saying all this to say that at the end of the day, we as individuals are so much more powerful than we think we are. If you have done any study at all on law of attraction, on quantum physics, or anything along those lines, then you know that then you understand that we are magnets. We basically attract things into our experience based on our energy and based on our beliefs. But what's happening in our society is that we're coming up from being a child through school, through our families, through our general society. We're being told, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to go to college, you need to get a good job, you need to go to work, and then you'll just retire into the sunset and all will be well. But the reality is that we can see that this model is not working. Just over the past 7, 8 years after the real estate market crashed, after the economy crashed, we see people that were middle class, upper middle class, that are now struggling financially. The jobs that were there before are gone. It's not that they're just gone. They're not to return because we're now living in a global marketplace. So that means that a lot of services, a lot of products, a lot of things that were once made in the United States, now we can get them from another country for half the cost. So as a business owner, it only makes sense that you would get an item at the most efficient cost possible to maximize your profits. So in essence, we can't be mad at corporate America for doing what their model is. Their model is to make money. Their model is not to make sure that you have a job. Their model is not to make sure that you can pay your bills. Their model is not to make sure that you can feed your family. So with that being said, that means that you as an individual have to start thinking about it like, okay, if my job is gone tomorrow, or even better yet, let's even switch our question. Let's say money was not an issue. All of your needs were met. You're living the ideal lifestyle that you imagine for yourself. If that was the case, what would you be doing with your life? A lot of people haven't even taken the time to answer that question and can't answer that question because their imagination won't even allow them to conceive about, well, that's not possible. That's not realistic. That's not realistic. What is realistic? Realistic is what you believe to be real. So it may not be realistic because it's not real to you, but that doesn't mean that it's not something that's attainable. It doesn't mean that it is not something that is tangible. It doesn't mean that it's not something that is actually real. It just means that it's not real in your own consciousness because of your own conditioning and programming. So if you are to really understand your power, you need to start back at understanding science, going into quantum physics, going into how like attracts like, how you are attracting and creating your experiences and the people around you, moment by moment. That's what's happening. So if that's the case, why are you accepting and creating lack? Why are you accepting and creating limitation? Why are you accepting and creating, unhealthy relationships, unhealthy body, all these different things? All of that is what you're attracting. You know, sorry to say, it's kind of harsh. Sometimes we don't want to hear that. We don't want to acknowledge that we are literally creating our own life moment by moment. So with that being said, you need to ask yourself, what would I do if money wasn't an issue? What would I spend my time doing? What do I enjoy doing? Who do I enjoy spending time with? What is my purpose? How can I give back to the planet in some meaningful way? And once you make that shift, where you start to recognize that this life is not all about us, it's not all about us getting, it's about what we can actually give. But the whole thing is, we cannot give anything to others if we don't have anything to give. So that's why it's so important for all of us to become prosperous, to get financially free, so that we can bless others, we can make the difference, we can give back. Because if you are in lack and limitation, you're working, all the time, you're barely making it, you're not going to be able to be the blessing that you were born to be. So what I want to do is actually talk about the 4-step process that you can use to actually get what you want out of life. There is a method to the madness. And if you can understand the steps that it takes, then you can start to create exactly the lifestyle, the income, the relationships, all the things that you desire. So let's talk about that. The first step is to get clear. This is so huge because the vast majority of us really have no freaking idea what we want out of life. We sit back and we talk about, oh Lord, I wish, I could have, such a better life. I wish I had more money. I wish I had a nice house, a nice car. Well, what in the heck is a nice house? What is a nice car? What is making a lot of money? What is that? If you don't get specific and define exactly what that means to you and get clear in your conscious and your subconscious, then it's never going to happen, because the mind only works with what, information is given to it. So it really doesn't have a point of reference for ambiguity. So if you are wanting to create something in your life, you need to get clear about what that is. And I'm going to share a little bit about my own personal vision and what my end goal is. I do a lot of things to assist people who are looking to become financially free and live their purpose, live their passion, all those different things. But at the core, my experience with my mother going through breast cancer, and unfortunately making her transition as a result, I learned a lot of things about who we are as spiritual beings, about the power that we have to create health or to create disease. And one of the things that I uncovered was, most people don't even realize that disease is directly tied to emotional and spiritual traumas. A lot of times, there's actually a book, and I recommend this book. tremendously. If you don't have it, go buy it like now on Amazon.com. It's a book called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And in this book, she talks about, actually, wait a minute, let me back up. There's two books. Get You Can Heal Your Life and Ask and It Is Given, by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And Ask, okay, I'm thinking about two different things. And You Can Heal Your Life, in that book, she breaks down the spiritual and emotional connections between different diseases. Say for someone who has high blood pressure, there is a spiritual link between the high blood pressure and a specific emotional trauma or challenge that a person may not have worked through. Breast cancer has one. They break down like cancer of the left breast, cancer of the right breast. It has different spiritual meaning. And one of the things that really affected me during that process, going through the challenge with her, is recognizing that the vast majority of people are, they're sick, they're dying, they're unhealthy, they're struggling financially, just to be able to survive and make it. But the reality is, we weren't put here to just survive. We were put here to thrive and to live in abundance and to give back to the planet and to give back to each other. But we can't do that if we don't heal the emotional and spiritual traumas that keep us stuck. And the same things that cause disease in the body, the spiritual traumas that cause disease in the body, are the same kind of traumas that cause lack and, an individual being stuck and not being able to move forward in their life because they are dealing with emotional traumas that they haven't healed. They don't believe in themselves. They have low self-esteem. They don't feel that they deserve prosperity. They don't feel that, it's possible for them because of, the things that they were told as a child from their parents. Oh, you're never going to amount to anything. Oh, you're not as smart as your brother. Oh, you're just like your dad. You're never going to do anything. Oh, you're not attractive. You're ugly. You're stupid. All these different things that are told to us as children, they take root in our subconscious. And you'd be amazed, they affect us in so many ways moving through adulthood. They keep us stuck, and we don't understand why we can't move forward in life and achieve certain goals and things that we want to achieve. And it really breaks down to our subconscious beliefs about ourselves. So really what my vision has turned to is that I am going to start a holistic wellness center that is focused on helping people to heal their life, to heal their spirit, to heal themselves emotionally so that they can have better health and they can have unlimited prosperity in their life and live the life that they were born to live. So that is my vision. That's actually the thing that I have been passionate about and been thinking about for the past couple of years. I've kind of even put it on the shelf myself because in my mind, it started to become such an overwhelming thought and idea to put something like that together. Then I've taken on all these other projects and I'm thinking, okay, can I even do this? But again, it's goes right back to what I'm talking about. It's all about conditioning our mindset and our spirit and releasing those programs that we've picked up from our whole lifetime. So I'm even in the process of doing that and renewing my mind on a daily basis myself. But again, the first step is getting clear about exactly what you want. Once you're clear about it and you really, really know exactly what what you want, the second step is developing an emotional attachment to it. One of the things that I had to come to understand about law of attraction principles is that um, life responds to energy. You have people that will go throughout their day and they're just so monotone and they're so sad. You ask them like, well, how you doing? What's going on? They're like, oh, I'm okay. I'm making it. I'm fair to meddling, all this stuff. And you'll find that a lot of that 99.9% of the time, people that have energy like that are not winning in life. They're not achieving the things that they want to achieve. They're not living the life that they really want. They are settling for whatever they're given. And that energy is the reason why they're attracting such short and mediocre results in their life, to be honest. So in order to create and manifest and achieve what you want to in life, you have to have energy behind it. You need to have an emotional connection. It needs to be something that takes root in your body, where you can feel it. When you think about it, you get chills, and it's something that motivates you. That is part of the manifestation process. One of the things that, I always hated science in school. That was like my least favorite subject, for real. It was like my least, science and math. But now that I'm older and have been studying quantum physics, quantum mechanics, I really understand, and I'm starting to really like science. But we've all heard the equation E equals MC squared. And I'm sure I learned it in school, but I really didn't know what the heck it was, because I think I was like probably filing my nails or something in class or something like that. But anyway, E equals MC squared is basically energy equals sound traveling at the speed of light. So that means that, am I saying that right? Energy equals mass traveling at the speed. I don't know. I can't even think about it right now because I think I'm confusing myself. But at the end of the day, energy, in order for a mass to appear, in order for the physical form to appear, there has to be a certain amount of energy in order to create a physical manifestation. That's basically what the equation is saying. So with that being said, anything that you see in creation is nothing more than focused energy that has created that manifestation, that physical form. And that translates into everything. That's not just about, being in a factory and making a chair, oh, I use, my saw and I take the wood and I shape it into a chair. And so that's energy. Okay, yeah. But it's also from a perspective of, if I am focused on exactly what I desire and I'm thinking about it and I'm speaking it out loud and I'm talking about how it's already happened and I'm acting as if it's already here, and that is just my focus when I'm asleep, when I'm eating, when I'm, taking a shower, whatever I'm doing, I'm thinking about this particular thing that I want to manifest, but I'm speaking of it exactly as if it's already happened. And in that process, the universe is going to start to bend, and we're going to see that this physical manifestation is going to come exactly right over to us. So that is the second step of the process of creating the life you want. Is, the first one is getting clear. The second one is having energy around it, which means that you need to be thinking about it, you need to be speaking on it, you need to be pondering it on a consistent, daily, minute by minute basis so that it becomes so real to you until it has no choice but to happen. The third step is to do your personal development work. I can't even tell you how much, I think a lot of times we spend so much time doing all the busy work that we think it takes to be successful. Okay, well, I'll just go to school and I'll, do XYZ, and all of a sudden, everything is going to be great. It's like, well, no, because you still have not renewed your mind. You still have the same mindset that was stuck in lack. You still have the same mindset that was stuck in loneliness. You still have the same mindset that was stuck in limitation. And so if you don't shift your mindset, if you don't shift that energy, your thought process about it, then you're just going to continue to create the same type of thing over and over again. It's just like you see, you hear about people who win the lottery, and they win like a couple $100 million, and then like 10 years later you find out that they're dead broke. Like, how is that even possible? Why it's possible is that they never renewed their mind. They never made the shift in their own self-identity from somebody who was in lack and limitation to someone who was in abundance. And because of that, they weren't doing the behaviors of somebody who was in abundance, which means that they just brought themselves back to the level that their subconscious was comfortable with. So what am I talking about with doing personal development work? When I talk about doing personal development work, I mean doing one of the first and most important things that you can do, and this was actually given to me by my mentor, Mr. Darren Little, who's fantastic, love him. He talks about not only doing a vision board, but a 3D vision board. Okay. And the reason why you want to do a 3D vision board, when I say 3D, I just mean that it has layers where it appears that the items on the board are like coming out to you. So if you have a car on the vision board, it basically is going to appear that it is moving towards you and moving towards the center of the board. There's actually a subconscious way that your subconscious processes visual information, and by doing a 3D vision board in a figure 8, an infinity sign, this is kind of stuff that's kind of hard to explain without looking at it, and I don't have my vision board right here, but I'm going to tell you this. Part of the process of reprogramming your mind for success is through your eye gate, through your ear gate, and through your mouth. So the vision board is all about your visual. It's about having a clear vision of exactly what you desire, the house that you want, the car that you want, the people that you want to be serving, all that stuff. You want to have it visually in front of you so that you can, even when you're not even conscious about it, you're seeing it. Your subconscious is taking it in. Okay. The additionally, for your personal development work, you want to be doing daily, at least 2 to 3 times a day, proclamations. And I don't know if you know what proclamations are. Proclamations are basically your I am statements. A lot of people don't realize that anything that you say after the words I am basically are what you are programming your subconscious to believe. So if you're always saying, you know what, I am broke, guess what? You're going to be broke. If you're always saying I am stupid, you're probably going to keep doing stupid stuff. If you're telling yourself, all manner of things, you're going to start behaving that way because you're reprogram your subconscious. So what you're doing with proclamations is you're saying, okay, what am I desiring to create? Who am I desiring to be? And as you say, I am making $25,000 per month. I am driving a new Cadillac Escalade. I am traveling the world serving people and feeding the homeless. I am. Whatever your I ams are, what are the things that you really want to create in your life? Those are what you would write out. Ideally, you want to do at least 10, I would say no more than 20 proclamations of your I am statements. And these are what you desire to create. You're saying it in the present tense. I am making X amount of money. I am traveling X place. I am in a relationship with, my perfect partner. I am. Those are your proclamations. So that is the third step to creating the life you want. And as you see, I'm looking at notes right now. So let's see. Number four in the process is to find a passive income vehicle. And when I talk about passive income vehicles, there are so many ways that you can start to create passive income. You can do it through stock investing. You can do it through owning rental properties. You can do it through all kinds of means. However, one of the means that I think is most powerful is within the home-based business industry in the form of network marketing. Now, so many people have so many fears about network marketing because they don't really understand what it's about. But really what network marketing breaks down to is that it is about conversations and networking. It's about having conversations with people, just natural conversations, and finding out what their needs are. It's not designed for you to pitch and try to convince somebody that they need something that they're not looking for. But generally, when you're having conversations with your friends or your family, it usually will come up in some form or fashion. Hey, I'm stressed out. I'm, working 12, 15-hour days. I'm so tired. I wish I could just stay home more with the kids. There's somebody that's looking for freedom. They're ready to escape the matrix. You are having a conversation with somebody. They say, oh my gosh, I am about to get laid off. I heard they just let go of a whole bunch of people in another department. I don't know what I'm going to do if I lose my job. They're looking for a way to escape the matrix. So really, the whole process of what network marketing represents is showing people a vehicle that can allow them to create freedom, time freedom for themselves, so they don't have to trade their time for dollars. I personally am not involved with a network marketing company right now, but part of what I do is help show people how to have success in network marketing through personal development. And that's really 90% over 90% of the whole process is just about reshaping your mindset, reprogramming your subconscious for success. Once you believe in yourself, once you get clear on what you are here to do, once you put enough emotion into it, then things just start happening. Stuff starts lining up. People appear out of nowhere and they're signing up with you. They're getting started with you because they feel the energy, they feel the vision, they feel the magnetism. And so that is number 4 of the process. It's about finding a passive income vehicle that can help you to not have to trade time for dollars. Once you do that, You can go travel if you want to. You can go, volunteer if you want to. You can start that nonprofit if you want to. You can stay home with your kids if you want to. You can, protest injustices that you see in society. Whatever your passion is, whatever you feel you're being called to do, you can do it because now you have not only the time freedom, but you have the financial freedom to do what you want when you want. So what I want to introduce you to is my group, which is the uFreedom Network. And just to tell you a little bit about what uFreedom Network is all about, I'm actually going to pull up a page on our website so you can get an idea of what it is really about. If I can get my computer to cooperate. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, uFreedom Network is a network of individuals from all backgrounds and beliefs who are dedicated to creating a massive shift in the consciousness on the planet. We focus on educating people on how to use law of attraction principles and how to master the step-by-step process of manifestation through quantum physics in order to help people create lives of their own design and live their purpose. Simply stated, we help individuals step into their purpose, unleash their passion, and create the lives that they were born to live. Whether it's traveling the world, starting a school in Africa, spending more time with your family, or just getting more breathing room in your monthly budget, we can help you create a life of purpose, passion, and profits. So that is what the uFreedom Network is all about. What we've actually done is created a site called uFreedom University. And it is all based on the principles of be, do, and have. We understand that in order to achieve anything in life, you have to make a shift and be whatever you desire in consciousness. You have to first see yourself as abundance. So your proclamation, your I am statement may be, I am abundance, I am rich, I am wealthy. You have to be that in your mindset before it will appear in the physical form. So that's the first step in the process, is to be. Then you have to do, which is actually a big part of it. A lot of times people mistake law of attraction and say, oh, I just have to think positive thoughts and everything will just line up and be perfect. No, you actually have to do the work. So there is work that you need to do in order to create the life you want, and we train you on how to do that, how to generate a passive income for yourself based on the things that you're passionate about. That's the process of do. Now, have is all about having what you want. Once you have created your passive income, you need to learn how to manage it and to grow it. And so that's part of the process in the be, do, and have. So we have actually put together 3 different academies that address each of these things. We have the Lifestyle Design Academy. The Lifestyle Design Academy is the home base of uFreedom University. These set of trainings support you in defining your purpose, creating a vision, and flowing in the correct mindset that is required to achieve the results you desire. In Lifestyle Design Academy, you'll get personal development training, beginner level online marketing training, and a duplicable training platform to learn how to fund your dreams. We're not going to be doing We Share crowdfunding. That should be updated, but how to fund your dreams. So that's the Lifestyle Design Academy. The Home-Based Business Academy is all about, it encompasses more than merely the home-based business industry. In this training academy, you'll learn how to take your business idea, interest, or passion and turn it into a profitable business. We'll be covering how to develop your brand, defining your audience, list building, blogging, video marketing, Facebook marketing, and discussing various ways that you can create passive income using the internet. So that's what the Home-Based Business Academy is. This, we're being offered, well, I won't even go into pricing at this point, but you can see the Home-Based Business Academy is $97 per month. We also have Tax and Cash Flow Management Academy. This is designed for people who are ready to take their lives to the next level. In order to have long-term success in life, it's important to master cash flow strategies such as minimizing taxes, improving credit scores, getting business credit, and understanding how the credit scoring system works, and mastering investment strategies. I'm going to tell you this: if you want to unplug from the matrix, you need to understand the matrix. And part of that is understanding how money works. You got to understand how to minimize your taxes. You got to understand how to get access to funding using nothing more than your credit. Do you know if you had $100,000 to invest into marketing a business, that literally within a matter of 12 months you could become a multimillionaire? It's very true, and it's all about leverage. Getting your credit in order is something that will allow you to do that. Now, the fourth academy that we have is actually Master's Academy. This subscription combines all of our most powerful academy trainings into one discounted price. With this subscription, you can gain access to the Lifestyle Design Academy, the Home-Based Business Academy, and the Tax and Cash Flow Mastery Academy. Now, these prices that are listed on here are actually incorrect. We've been in the process of updating this site, and what we have done is we are going to make this available for the general public. However, what we wanted to do is give this as a bonus to individuals that get started with the uFreedom network and into our passive income opportunity. So with that being said, you can get the mindset training to make a shift in your life so that you are able to achieve exactly what you want to achieve. You can get the marketing training that will show you exactly how to market and promote yourself online so that you can start to earn passive income with your own home-based business. We're going to show you tax and cash flow strategies so that you can minimize the amount of taxes you're paying and get business credit to help you grow and scale your business. That is all a bonus when you get started with us in our income opportunity. Now, one of the other bonuses that you will have access to, depending on how you get started with us, is a website called the 7-Figure Profit Maximizers site. And we're talking about 7 figures because, baby, we're going to $1 million. Not trying, we're going to $1 million. And we have a fantastic team of like-minded entrepreneurs that are all about helping support, motivate, and push you to achieve your goals in life. Now, what we talk about in this training site, you'll actually get access to the training site, and there is lots of training to be had. The first one is how to create unstoppable vision. In this training, we're talking about how to really get focused and clear on your goals and how that can translate into becoming a magnet for everything that you desire to appear into your life. We're also going to be giving you access to top recruiter training. because with this particular business opportunity, you will be introducing the opportunity to other people. So with that being said, we're showing you exactly how to do that, how to connect with prospects. And it's not about selling by any stretch of the imagination. It's nothing more than having regular conversations with people and finding out what's going on in their lives. There's actually a methodology to it, which we call FORM, which is about finding out about the person's family, about their occupation, about their recreation, and about their motivation. And if you do that and you talk to a variety of people, you're going to just find that most people will tell you if they have a need. If they do have a need, then you introduce the opportunity to them and you move on. So we talk about how to go about doing that. We also talk about how to recruit new reps within 6 to 45 minutes. This is actually a real technique that does not require any money investment. It's very simple to do, and you can spend about an hour on a site such as Facebook or Twitter and leave that evening with new signups and new reps within your business. And also, we also go over how to develop a $9,000 per day mindset, because before you can start to earn that type of money on a daily or even monthly basis, you need to have the mindset that that is possible for you. We have other millionaire mindset trainings that are amazing. This is actually this information right here can literally change your life in every single category if you not only allow but follow the instructions that are laid out in this amazing training. You have daily mirror work, which is you releasing baggage, releasing trauma, releasing all the different things that have held you back in your life. We have Unleash the Alpha Within, about how to become that leader that is magnetic and able to attract exactly what you want in your life. We go through how to create a 3D vision board and why that's important. We go over opening the vortex, about how to start becoming a literal magnet and attracting everything that you want in your life. So those are some of the trainings that we offer. We also have recommended reading. So this is something that you definitely want to take advantage of. Now, I think on the live webinar page is not immediately visible right now, but below this video that you're watching, you're going to see a link that gives you access to another page that is going to describe the different ways that you can get started with earning passive income online. And when I tell you that this is not about being highly technical, about knowing all kinds of different, technical things, it really is about you making a decision that you want to create your own life and taking action as a result of that. We literally will lay out the personal development protocol that you need to be doing on a daily basis to release the energy of lack, limitation, and not being able to move forward in your life so that you can achieve exactly what you want to achieve. But not only that, we're going to be laying out the practical daily marketing and promotional ways that you will go about building a profitable business online. So what I recommend for you to do if you're watching this video live, actually come back in about 10 minutes and refresh your screen, because it will be appearing right below this video. If you are watching a replay, you probably already see it right now. Go ahead and click that button, learn more about this income opportunity, and get started with me today. I'm telling you, it's time, it's your season, it's time to transform your life and take your destiny into your own hands. So that is it for tonight. I am really happy that you joined us on tonight and look forward to connecting with each and every one of you. Until next time, dream big, love bigger. God bless, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.